Shiba Inu is having a very special day today. The whole Shiba Inu society and the cryptocurrency world were recently rocked by Blackrock. They quickly purchased millions. The problem is that experts are seeing something strange. It has also been estimated that there are around 3 trillion Shiba Inu, and in fact, this could be the puzzle's missing component. What's going on? What am I even talking about anyway? Let me clarify. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. Shiba Inu are having a crazy day today. The cost, yes, there was a downturn. There's no doubting that. The community's response, however, is peculiar. Panic is not what you might anticipate. The whole opposite is true. People are energized. Sincerely, it seems like something significant is about to happen because of the electric buzz that is in the air. Even if the price has decreased, what about the hype? It's rising quickly. In a positive way, everything seems out of control. This is when things start to get interesting. The huge asset manager Blackrock recently did something that nobody anticipated. They pressed in. Millions of dollars flooded in, and that's not just any purchase. It's the type of action that makes people take notice in the cryptocurrency community. It's not a haphazard gamble when a company like BlackRock begins investing in a token like this. Usually, it indicates that they have seen something that the rest of the marketplace hasn't yet noticed. But hold on, things get much stranger. At around the same time, a huge group of Shiba Inu began to move about. In a single day, about 3 trillion tokens were registered. That's crazy. Everyone was taken aback. The same question is now being asked by others in the area. Does this have anything to do with BlackRock's move? Is there anything far more significant going on behind the scenes? You may be thinking, well, that sounds exciting. What about today's pricing, though? Is all this hoopla reflected in it? Not just yet, that is. To be honest, one expert didn't sugarcoat it when he broke it down. Recently, Shiba Inu suffered a significant setback. The price fell sharply, but gained some wiggle space. Somewhere more stable, but not at the top. It has been gradually making a comeback since then. Not in a straight path, not taking a huge leap all at once, but gradually gaining velocity. The fact that each drop is somewhat higher than the one before it is really encouraging. It indicates that buyers are beginning to retake and defend their positions. The amount of trade during these higher movements, it's okay, stable yet not explosive, and that's where the hope lies. It's more than just hype. It's more than simply sound. The pressure under the surface is really increasing, similar to pushing down a spring, which might launch once it bursts. Here's the problem, however. You need to be aware of something pretty significant that is taking on behind the scenes, even if the price has been moving a little more slowly recently. Shiba Inu are beginning to exhibit genuine vitality once again. And the whales could be the ones moving this time. New on-chain data indicates that the number of big transactions with Shiba Inu has skyrocketed. We are discussing the kind of shifts that often only occur when major actors, like as institutions or megaholders, intervene. In the previous 24 hours alone, the cumulative value of these massive transactions has increased by about 2.5 times. That's a wave, not a bump, and it has people talking, wondering whether anything big is about to happen. Regular ordinary buyers aren't the only ones investing in Shiba Inu. These big transactions typically monitor anything above $100,000. Whales live here, and there's generally a reason why whales start migrating this quickly and in this quantity. This is why it's important. For around a week, Shiba Inu's big holder action had been somewhat low. It bottomed out early this month after reaching a tremendous high. However, things are now moving once again. Such an abrupt spike in activity often indicates accumulation. In essence, while the price is still cheap, the major players are stockpiling. And that's what's so fascinating about this time. Whales often gather in silence before a major event. They could be setting up for a breakout. Perhaps they have knowledge that the rest of the market does not yet possess. In any case, the volume of activity we're witnessing, especially at a time when the market is still a bit sluggish, is a clear indication that a significant development for Shiba Inu may be imminent. Therefore, even if the charts seem to be quiet on the surface, there is a flurry of activity under the surface, and that is precisely how major movements begin. Speaking of large movements, BlackRock just recorded something incredible today. And believe me when I say that this is not the sort of thing that gets overlooked. The largest wealth manager in the world, BlackRock, just purchased about $250 million worth of Bitcoin. Indeed, more than $200 million was invested directly in Bitcoin. This isn't an experiment. This is no minor wager. This is a significant investment from one of the world's most influential financial firms. And it's no coincidence that a behemoth like BlackRock is putting that much money into cryptocurrency. Usually it indicates that they are preparing for something significant. At the same time, however, is the insane part. Another amazing maneuver was captured in the wild at the same moment. A whale just opened a position worth around $200 million by employing 20x leverage to buy Bitcoin. That's forceful conviction, not simply confidence. Someone is placing a hefty wager that Bitcoin will soon soar in value. You don't make a move like that unless you're very certain or you have knowledge that the other players in the market don't. Now consider the recent developments on Shiba Inu. There are billions of tokens in circulation. Suddenly, all those big deals, the unexpected increase in whale activity, is there a connection here? It really raises questions. Are these significant shifts in Shiba Inu and Bitcoin really coincidental? Or are the clever money players subtly setting up shop ahead of a significant market move? They may be able to perceive things that we cannot. Perhaps they are already aware that a huge tsunami is approaching. Before it happens, they are piling their chips. Because it doesn't seem random when you consider the amount of money being tossed about at the moment. It has the sense of preparedness. The indicators are all there, whales are building up while prices are still low. Institutional money is entering, and leverage bets are being made. It's the energy of the quiet before the storm. So, the question is, are we about to see a bullish and explosive event? Because what follows might be one of the most significant events for Shiba Inu this year, if this is the setting. Furthermore, Shiba Inu are really looking better than ever in the long run. The overall picture is a very different image, despite all of the short-term market movement that is fluctuating. The fact that Shiba Inu enthusiasm isn't waning is what's so wonderful. It's really still becoming stronger. Shiba Inu reached a significant milestone just now. There are already more than 1.5 million distinct addresses that are in possession of the token. That's more than simply a figure. It shows how far the community has dispersed. An increasing number of individuals are participating, clinging to their tokens, and joining this expanding ecosystem. The problem is this. The foundation becomes stronger as the number of holders increases. Price is no longer the only consideration. It has to do with acceptance, distribution, and building a strong network. More Shiba Inu in more hands contribute to the health of the ecosystem as a whole. Enhancing liquidity, fostering upcoming decentralized initiatives, and enhancing the sense of community and vitality. The community's sentiment is only becoming more optimistic as the number of holders keeps rising. The energy seems to be increasing daily. The Shiba Inu army is growing, not simply holding, an organic growth like that. That is precisely the kind of event that creates the conditions for sustained success. Therefore, the astute are looking forward, while others may be only gazing at the charts today. For what are we now witnessing? It's setting the stage for something far more significant. However, what do you think of this? Leave a comment below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.